Good evening, or whatever your preferred geographical time of day happens to be. Music makers, welcome to Boring Pattern of the Day. But boring or interesting isn't really the point of this. I just want something so we can take a quick look at some of the effects presets on the built-in effects on the Behringer Xenyx QX1002 USB, the small mixer I picked up recently for my portable live rig, the idea being that it can fit in a backpack on the bus. If you've seen my review, you'll know I think it's pretty good. A couple of major flaws being the lack of EQs on the stereo channels and the proprietary input on the line lamp power supply. The main reason though is the built-in effects, but they're no good if they're not usable. So what I thought is we'd just take a quick look at some of the presets that come with it. You know, there's just one knob to control the parameter, which is which one do you want, and then another amount, which is your level of effect send. So there's no tap tempo, there's no how much, you can't tweak the preset. The preset is what it is. So a lot of the presets, particularly the reverbs and delays, are taken up with, it's the same preset but just with longer times. So what I'm going to do is we've got this little preset pattern from the Modular. We've got Bloom sequencing a little line from the Erica Bassline. Mutable Grids is sequencing the Endorphins Black Noir. And we've just got a little vocal sample coming from the Digitakt. What I'm going to do first is just kill the kick drum. Because if we're going to be listening to delays and reverbs with all that low end in there, that's going to start to get quite muddy. Chances are when you're mixing, you will be routing your low end, your kicks, your basses to other channels. So we'll get rid of those for now. And I think before we all go absolutely spare, I'm just going to hit the mutation knob on the Bloom just so we can do something about that bass line. I know we want something for fair comparison as you listen to the presets, but I just don't think I can deal with that for the next 10 minutes. So let's let it evolve. It might miss more than it hits. It might hit more than it misses, but at least it'll be different every so often. Right, so all of this, the Digitakt is going into an Intellijel Line Input 1U on the Modular. So we've got everything coming through the Modular, so we're just looking at one stereo input on the Xenyx. So when I hit the effect send, everything will be hit with the effect. So starting off on 0, which is the small chamber reverb, and I'm going to push things, a little bit harder than you would do normally in a set, just so you can get a feel for what the preset sounds like. So I've got the effects return a little bit up above the 0, so we're adding a bit of gain, so there might be a little bit more noise there than you'd normally get, and we'll push it a bit harder. So let's see what small chamber sounds like. Moving up to the mid chamber, select the parameter, select the preset and then press to activate. Definitely sounds a bit bigger. And then moving up to the big chamber. That small hall. It's preset 9. And then the concert hall preset. There are a few plate reverbs as well. Plate reverbs are pretty useful, can be quite innocuous if you don't want something to obviously affect, but just adding a bit of glue. So we'll try number 16, which is the mid plate. And dry. Unity gain. I don't think that sounds too bad, to be honest. If you like a Phil Collins drum sound, let's try preset 24, one of the gated reverbs. Yeah, you can hear the gated reverb there. That's pretty obvious, I think. That's my sort of snare. Wow. Another effect type reverb, the mid-reverse reverb, preset 28. Might find use for that in a breakdown somewhere. Build that level up ready into the drop. So there's a whole bunch of reverbs and then a whole bunch of delays just because there are so many settings, but also then the different time parameters. So let's listen to a couple of the delays. Preset 39, slap delay. Something that might work better on individual sources just for thickening, but across multiple elements, that's not doing a huge amount for me. So let's just try short delay number 1. Patch 40. That one's maybe a little bit more usable. Again, no tap tempo, you're going to have to see how that fits with how your song goes. 43 gives us a mid-length delay. And 45 gives us a long delay. Again, quite usable, you just need to find the right place to use it. 49, let's try a ping pong delay. Definitely using a lot of the stereo image there. If you're not listening on headphones, if you're listening just on your phones, be careful, you're probably not getting it, but there's definitely a lot of width there. And that pretty much wraps it up for what I think the pick of the reverbs and delays are. But obviously we've got some special effects. We've got a chorus, if that's your thing. Let's try warm chorus at 56. Again, I don't think that sounds too bad. If you like chorus, if it's very chorus, but it might be for one track or two, it might be what you want. And if it's supplementing what you've got in your synth or in your sampler, it might just add that bit of something, particularly live use. Let's try classic phaser on 61. Adds a bit of movement, I suppose. Again, not my thing, but it might be yours. What I thought were quite interesting, and I don't think I'll ever use them, is we've got some of the pitch shifting as we get a little bit higher up. So let's just try and start with a basic detune of patch 69. A little bit of thickening again. It's not really my sort of thing, but few things are. Perhaps I'm just too conservative with that sort of thing. What I think it can get pretty cool, particularly if we listen to that little line that's coming out the bass line, is we've got this major third up, or minor third up and major third up on 71 and 72, so let's give those a listen. Minor third up, and you can really hear it on the line from the bass line. And a little bit of harmonising on the vocal as well, but it's pretty much keeping out the way of everything else. Let's try the major third. Well, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, I suppose. And we've got stuff like fifth up, fourth down. 76 gives us minor chord, so let's give that a shot. I think that works quite well on the tuned line. Not a big fan of it on the vocal there. What about the major? Maybe I'm just too much of a pessimist, but I don't know if there's ever a need for that sort of thing. Once you get higher up towards the last 20 patches, you start at the multi-effects, delays and choruses, reverbs and choruses, and I think for a lot of people, me in particular, I'm really the only person for whom I can speak, delay and reverb are kind of your two staples that you want in your mixer. So 86 gives us the standard delay and reverb 1, so let's give that a shot. If I'm being picky, maybe the balance of delay to reverb is a bit too much towards the delay side. I'd rather have more reverb and the delay very unobtrusive in the background, but when we go completely dry, turn it up till we can hear it, and then back it off. I think that's pretty usable, and that is exactly why I got this. So there we go. That is a few effects presets from the Behringer Xenyx QX1002 USB. Enjoy your reverby bleeps.